Hi, everybody. My name is Kelle Sutliff, and I'm starting a new YouTube program called Kelle's Korner. So I'm a psychic medium. I've been actually a medium for technically my whole life, but really for over 18 years now, practicing in private readings along with psychic investigations, so helping find the missing, working on cold cases, current cases. I love what I do. I share what I do. I've done radio programs called The Psychic Cup of Coffee for like 3 years. I also have been on television and different programs on promoting my platform. I have a new book coming out this year, which is great, all about grounding ourselves and keeping our peace, which is very important today. And I'm just doing kind of short little videos and it's going to be called Kelle's Korner. So you can look for it every week, and we can just talk about worldly events. We can talk about what we're feeling energetically and kind of, why our psychic antennas are up and running these days. So what I want to talk about today is really an important subject, and it's truly all about, we're going to have a very forensic week this week, all right? Especially, we're going to have to garner a lot of our soul strength, right? Our greater soul strength. And when that happens, you have to go inward, you have to be strong, you have to kind of maybe second guess things, research things, what's true, what's not. And we're really in this forensic time. So there's going to be this week, especially around the 19th and the 20th, lots of information, a lot of data coming in about country, worlds, all kinds of information. So you know what? It's important for everybody to hear. It's Spirit saying to me too, not to be afraid, not to be scared, or what have you. It's just really about kind of an opening and an awakened time. So I always say, the old has to go out so the new can come in, right? So here we are. This has been going on for a long time. This is all preordained. This is kind of what's in all of our soul charts right now. And you know what? We have to kind of armor up our energy. And I say that because armoring up your energy is a healthy thing. It's about keeping grounded. It's about keeping peaceful. Even when the chaos is around you, it's important to breathe in, breathe out, center yourself, keep your energy protected, your family protected, your home protected, your world protected, right? You got to think positive thoughts so that all this positive energy can come within you and around you. So I'm a big component of whatever you think, say, and do attracts to you. So you know what? You have to remember to, as humans, we all have divine freedom, right? So when we have divine freedom, that's our choices. That's how we manifest. We're really raising our vibration in a higher consciousness right now. This higher consciousness is all about kind of like the buck stops here, if I can say that. And that means, hey, this doesn't feel right. This is about manifesting something more positive in my world. Hey, you know what? You've been lied to. Nope. Doesn't work in my book. Or, you know what? This is about, for this week, getting some answers, right? I think the whole world has been waiting for answers. So it just so happens, timing-wise, on the 20th, which is in the United States, the Inauguration Day, we have this combination in astrology. And it's Mars, which is very fiery and kind of combustion, kind of like energy. And it's in Aries, which we're in now, all right? And that's really kind of magnifies things. So you have Mars, that's, Mars energy is fiery, emotional, and it's magnifying in Aries, right? So think of like a magnifying glass, right? And so things can kind of combust. And when it's conjoining with a planet called Uranus. And Uranus energy is unexpected. So you have 3 alignments that are happening on the 20th of this week that have never happened. Same thing that happened even on November 3rd. Mercury was retrograde, and in that time frame we had Lots of things getting lost. Lots of things couldn't find the data, don't know where it is. I mean, Mercury retrograde in our own lives is when, like, things break, or legal, if you're in a legal situation, documents don't get signed right, or you have to really dot the I's, cross the T's in Mercury retrograde, right? So we were just coming out of it on November 11th. So now here we go for another big event and all the other events that have occurred. And now we have something really new that's coming on that date. So whenever you have shifts, alignments within universe, right? It's a preparation time. It's a map. That's all astrology is a map. It's a map to guide you, look at things, redo things, change things if you can. So that's why everyone right now is feeling needs this greater soul strength. It's about being more planted. We're feeling unsettled, right? Okay, no one's not feeling unsettled. I haven't met anybody yet in doing all these readings and people I'm talking to who people aren't feeling like, oh, something's up. It's like the intuition, right? Our intuition's ramping up. Our psychic antennas are ramping up. We're all like awareness mode. And there's a reason for that. And it's okay to feel that because that's what you're supposed to feel. And so we are really kind of going into, really I'm going to go into the next 2 weeks. So really you're going to see some changes, really not just on the 20th, but the 19th, the day before. And then you're going to go in some changes in the next 2 weeks. So what I'm trying to say is stop fear. Stop your fears. Start being, we've been taught since last January how to be fear-based. Now, how sad is that? Okay, think on it. You know what? We calling what it is, or this is my take, keeping it simple. But the coronavirus is really like an abusive relationship and how it was handled. So this abusive relationship is really truly about, you're in a bad pattern, right? You're being told that you can't do things. You're being told you're being restricted. You it's a perfect storm, right? For get in line, okay? You know what? We're being told what we can do, can't do. We're being blamed, right? Everybody's blaming. Oh, you got your mask on. Oh, you don't have your mask on. Oh, you know what? It's like a blame game. Children, okay, is who I feel for. These little souls who they're just little. We were all little one time, and they are suffering. And because they're being restricted. They're being able not to go outside. They're not being able to go to school. They're not adults, right? They're little. And you know what? There's this component that what are people trying to do to their souls? And you know what? We understand, it's been a horrific issue with coronavirus. You know what? We're heartfelt on people who have lost people. We're heartfelt on on dealing with this and heartfelt, but we have good news, right? We have vaccines that are here. We have medicines that work, that help people through this process. We know statistics around children with this. And you know what? So, that's the betterment. That's the good of this. But the other emotional piece that everyone has to remember, we really are truly in this like kind of betterment scenario. And it's not allowed anymore. And truly, you know what, there's this control thing that it will have to alleviate. I'm actually trying to kind of seeing that towards April timeframe where we finally get to regroup a little bit better. But, it's important to know, that with this whole thing, I really would love for the world to take out, is what Spirit has said, the blame game about with the virus. It's like, oh, we're going to blame the economy's not good because of the virus. Oh, you know what? My failures to the world are bad because of the virus. Like, it's abuse, right? So when we think in those terms that this whole coronavirus has just been a big abusive scenario, okay, and we've been in a betterment of a relationship, we are truly think on that, okay? Abusers blame you. For something goes wrong, blame you, abusive, restrict you, harmful to your psyche, harmful to your soul, harmful to your aura, your energy, all that's here to deplete, deplete. So I am saying to you how important it is that you have to really, truly engage in health for self. I love that word, health for self. And you have to manage to be very prayerful, centered. You need to do a lot of quiet time if you can. I know it's hard because everyone's on top of each other in their homes and everybody's working and the kids are home. But you know what? It's super important that not to use other circumstances as the excuse factory, right? So how do you manage that, right? So you manage that through trusting instinct. Our instinct for 2021 is so ramped up that you are going to be so intuitive. What feels right doesn't feel right. You're not going to do it. Oh, nope, this isn't right. You know what? It's important to trust that because that's what's most important. People want to talk about an awakening and different things like that. That's a big buzzword, kind of like the word journey, right? What have you. But you know what? I want to say to you that how important it is that it's important to awaken within you. So that's where I see this abundance that's occurring, right? But within that, we're going to kind of go through some rocky roads. Now, I'm definitely telling the truth of this now. So you have to expect the unexpected, and you also have to trust, because I'm a firm believer. Spirit has always told me everything comes for a reason. My mother used to say that, and she was a wise gal. And so it's important to channel in, realize that you're going to hear lots of information this week, lots of information in the next 2 weeks. But information is also key because that information is also growth. And so don't forget that, right? So important to take time for yourself and protect your energy so that you can't get sucked in. That's an important piece. You know what? Always ground your energy, plant your energy, and work within it, okay? Because your intuition is your best friend, and it teaches you how important that actually you totally are. So this is that greater soul strength that we're talking about that we need. And you know what? It's going to be a little rocky, as I mentioned. I think that, but I know that we're as a collective can handle things. We've done pretty good so far, but we can handle things. So I pulled a card before we talked, and this is my card I grabbed. So this is about dreaming big. So in this card, it talks about letting go of your small thoughts about yourself, see yourself succeeding. This is the part that, hey, we're getting out of this nasty relationship that we've had the past year with all this restriction and feeling sad and unhappy and depressed, and I don't want to go there, but that's that topic, right? It is what it is. But see yourself succeeding, see yourself being empowered. Keep envisioning that. You know, as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, whatever you say, think, do can happen. So do you want a better world? Do you want a, capitalistic world? Do you want some success? Do you want to get back to work? Do you want to have a baby this year? I mean, whatever your goals, whatever your happiness is, whatever whatever you want to happen and expect it to happen, start envisioning. Peaceful country, peaceful world. See where I'm going with this? For the highest and best good. This is what's happening. I'm centered. I'm happy. My family's healthy. We're healthy. We're whole. Dream big. And that's where this will take us. We need to, as a collective, shift our energy. And within that goodness comes into us. So in this next 2 weeks and the timing of things, just remember my message. You have to garner in your soul strength, because your soul strength is whom you are, and your soul can do it. Okay? So I thank you for listening tonight, and I wish you great blessings today and this week. Stay centered, and for any more information on blogs that I've done or any other information that you'd like to hear, you can go to my website, which is psychicmediumkelly.com. And I thank you for being a part of my channel today. Take good care. Bye-bye.